Zoom. All right, so welcome to Mindset Monday. This is our weekly training we do every Monday, except for the last Monday of every month. It's typically a 30-minute, 45-minute training. We try to keep it shorter, but we have Sara tonight. So if she goes long, she can go. She can take as much time as she wants because she's Scentsy royalty. I'm going to tell you all about her. Um, okay, so she's been with Scentsy. It'll be 15 years, October 5th. She's a band mom, mama to Owen, who's six. I can't believe he's 16.
I know.
Oh my gosh, he's driving. That's crazy. She has an unhealthy relationship with planners, pins, stickers, and washi tape, which I know a lot of you guys can relate. She could watch Goonies until the end of time. She's a love for Dave Matthews Bands, run strong and true since high school and since the 90s.
Yeah.
My son's middle name is Matthew. If grandma asks, it's from the first book of the New Testament. I love you, Sara. My furry hooligan dogs are George Harrison, and Unstable Mabel. Other interests include pumpkins, Christmas lights, hoodies, cardigans, coffee, pizza, books, crochet, Dateline, and propagating succulents. If you live closer, Sara, like we would totally hang out. And the whole time I was reading that, I was like, this is like Amy Mark Charles's too, like washi tape, pins, stickers, planners, like
Oh my
um,
gosh,
that's totally her too.
that's awesome.
So let me mute a couple. Without further ado, Sara, please share with us all your knowledge. We're so excited that you're on tonight.
Okay. Oh my gosh. First of all, thank you for having me on. And second, thank you guys for being here. This is awesome to see so many bright smiling faces on a Monday night. This is awesome. Thank you for taking that time to hang out with each other and invest in yourself. This is massive. I was trying to catch up on the chat just a little bit. Oh, Becky's coming to boot camp. Oh, Delinda. Daughter worked on a movie with Dave Matthews. Was it Winn-Dixie? Okay, I have to know more and then I'll talk about parties.
Okay. No, it was when they did the remake of Where the Red Fern Grows here in Tulsa, in Oklahoma. Oh, she's got some stories
Oh my Lanta. Okay,
and
that's
some
awesome.
videos and pictures.
Well, we'll have to follow up because that sounds amazing. All right, my dears. Once again, thank you guys for being here. And I wanted to talk to you about parties. But before we do that, I want you guys to head to the chat. I would absolutely love for this to be super engaging. Let's talk with each other, learn together, learn with each other, for each other, all the things. When was the last time that you had an in-home party? I'm just curious. We've been doing some analysis at the home office, and I promised Michael Borg that I would bring back some information for him after our call tonight. So I'm going to try to, holy Moses, y'all are typing faster than I can read. So let's go through this. The last time that I had an in-home party. Okay. A year ago, 2019, never. 3 weeks ago, 2023, 5 years ago, Saturday. I love it. 2 weeks ago, 2021, question mark, 2015, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, March 24, my launch party, June 2018, 4 years ago, 2018, 27, 19. Jacqueline coming in clutch, 2 booked for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Last one has been 5 to 6 months. Pre-COVID, before COVID 2019, but I had one this Saturday. Yes, Megan. I haven't, never since I started. I've never had a party. Okay, so next question. Are you collecting orders? Are you an order collector? Or are you also doing different versions of parties? So either put order collector or OC or different types like DIF, TYPE, whatever, whatever is easier for you to spell or type. Bag parties, online links, order collector. I do a ton of personal shopping links, bag parties, lots and lots of bag parties. Okay. Basket parties, shopping links. Is it also, I'm curious, and this is also for Michael, but it's also for our conversation here tonight. For those who are doing orders, like the order collectors, is your join date by chance anytime after 2020? March of 2020. If you are an order collector, did you join March 2020 or after? After. Yes, COVID baby. Yes, yes. 2016, order collector since 2013. No, December 2009, 2020. Okay. Okay, so do you have a preference? Do you like being an order taker? Would you like to do more parties? Whatever you want to call them. If it's a scent event, if it's a bag party, basket party. Delinda, faithful customer since 2010. Okay. More parties would be great, yes. All kinds of parties. I like bag parties the best. Megan said, I love taking orders, but I'm ready for my party era. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit. First of all, thank you so much for responding. I really appreciate that information, and I'm sure that Michael will too. And I think that that also ties in significantly with what we're going to talk about today. And you may be familiar. I've heard Melissa Gratz talk about this before. Like if you guys watch Thursday Night Shift or anything like that, she had talked I think it's been a couple months now, but she was talking about how like home parties are a way to get the most bang for your buck. So who's busy? Show of hands. Who's busy? Would you like to repeat the exact same thing over and over and over and over again to everybody? Or would you just like to do it like to 10, 15 people at a time? Makes more sense, right? You have more people in front of you. What we have found with our research is that with parties, particularly home parties, and now this is what we have found, and I know there are always outliers in this, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, you must do home parties. No, I just want to talk through and give you a little bit of the history as to why they are important. But what we have found is that, yes, I know with fundraisers and you're entering those in as a party, that's different. Or order taking, I just collected a crap ton of orders and I actually have a big party. Who's your host? Who's your host in that situation? Who's your host if you're the order collector? How much Scentsy do you need? And I say this as I look at this big stack of stuff over here. Lots and lots of Scentsy accumulated over 15 years here. Oh no, you do not need to see my stash. Yeah, it is obscene. I will tell you, Jacqueline, it is obscene. Okay. But home parties actually have higher PRV. And again, I'm not counting on just collecting. I'm talking about hosted parties. You have higher PRV. There is a higher likelihood of repeat hosts and perpetual. Did you know that the perpetual party is designed to perpetually keep that party going? Okay. And a higher likelihood that you will get potential teammates. So my next question here for the chat, when was the last time you recruited someone? Period. Question mark. Yesterday, last month. It's been a hot minute. Yep. Today, hot dog. Can you see a correlation between, for those of you who answered, I have never done a home party, to the number of recruits? If you're flipping, okay, that might be an option too. Yes, I can see that. Yesterday, I asked my clubbers. August, she was my host for a home party. Okay. So for those of you who are actively partying and actively recruiting, if you would go to the chat and tell me the exact verbiage and messaging that's working. Amy said, you meet new people in person. You build connections with people, whether you're buying, you're hosting, you're joining, you're clubbing. When you have that connection, you're looking at me in the eye, my shoulders are squared. We're having this dialogue right now. We're chilling out. We're talking about Dave Matthews and we're talking about all the things. Don't use the word party. I love that you said that because we're going to get back to that at the end. We're going to do a fun little activity. And don't be scared. It's going to be fun. Event. Let's do a sip and sniff. Hey, sip and sniffs work. What else works? Share the verbiage. You spend a lot of money with me. You need to join. But actually, I've been trying to get her for 13 years. So yeah, you got to plant that seed. We're playing the long game here. Give them wine and they will order. Yes, yes, they will. And they will order a lot. Okay, for those of you who have not ever done a home party, what's holding you back? If you haven't tried one, what's holding you back? And again, for those, and I love that for those who are getting yeses, share the best messaging that works to get those parties on the calendar. Yeah, I've reached out to a couple ladies who I know are struggling. Yeah, having those eyes and ears open, listening and looking for cues that they would be really, really great. They need some extra money. They would be working so hard and really take this seriously. Absolutely, I'm going to offer them a kit. I don't feel like I have enough product to display. Okay. Do you need to have a lot of product to display at a party? Some want to host, but they don't have the space. Okay, so now how might we reframe that? If they don't have the space, what could you offer instead? Because they want a party. My customers don't live in state. I have a lot of Oregon and California friends. Okay, would they be willing to still host? And get them together, have a girls' night. Nobody will host. I need help getting people to host and join. I'm trying, but no luck. Okay, Jess, I hear you. And we're going to work through some things that'll get, hopefully, change in that. I don't take anything to a party but testers and catalogs. Okay, so Tiffany's saying we don't need to have a lot of product. Come to my house. I mean, yeah, you can come to my house. I'll do a party. Jacqueline said, I know you love Scentsy and are wanting to stock up on the fall smells. Would you like to take a bag to work and see if any coworkers want Scentsy? Maybe their stash is running low for sure. If you sell enough, you can get all the free and half price items. Easy, easy peasy. Have it at a restaurant. Go to a coffee shop. Offer your own home. Go to a restaurant. Tamara said, I have great luck booking parties with host offers and exclusive. Don't be afraid to be bad at it. Oh, Becky, I'm so glad you said this. I spilled wax all over someone's hardwood floor, regrouped, and had over 1,000 PRV and got a new recruit of it. You can show them how to clean up a waxident. And guys, we're human. People are going to relate to us more if we make mistakes and we show that we are just as human and just as real as they are. People do not relate to perfection one iota, or at least I don't. Irene said, I've been posting samples in my cities page where they allow it on a Friday. Okay, there's an option. Parks are fun for get-togethers, especially if they have kiddos. You are so much fun. Would you invite 5 to 6 people over? I'll bring wine and Scentsy. We can sniff and have a good time. Plus, I'll bring door prizes. If they order, you get all the credit. Not once did Jacqueline say party in that sentence. Not once. So take a peek at the chat if you guys don't have it open and screen capture it, copy paste it, because if you're looking for a way, and I'm going to give you some more toward the end here, would you like to invite 5 to 6 people over? I'll bring wine and Scentsy. You can count on me. I will be there in 5 hot seconds. Okay. Door prizes, you get credit for that? Yeah. You have your eye on all of these. Yeah. Guess who just had a party for harvest stuff? Guys, because I did not want to pay full price for all of the things that I had to have in my house to decorate. I wanted half price and free stuff. You better believe it. I love doing work parties. Use your city's community center. Want to take my new testers to your work? If you get at least 200 in orders, I'll bring donuts with your delivery. Boom! Copy paste. Put that in a Word document. Get ready. Put it in your boards. Put it in your notes. That's another one. Thank you, Delinda. That's fun. We want to take new testers to work. If you get at least 200, I'm going to bring you donuts. You have me. You had me at donut. You had me at pastry. You had me at sugar. I will say yes to you, my friend. I love it. Okay, you guys, these are fantastic. I love these ideas. So I want to go back to this discussion that we were having earlier about the whole idea of having parties. You are meeting new people that you would not have met before. Because yes, you can post, you can be an order collector, you can work with the customers that you've had for a long time. You have a lot of followers. You may or may not have a lot of followers. I should probably amend that. But people are seeing, depending on the algorithm, even seeing what you're posting in a story or a feed, or maybe on a VIP group or wherever you happen to be, there's a chance they're not seeing what you have to share. And they may be having some fatigue where they're like, oh, this is all I'm seeing. This is all I'm seeing. So are you also capturing other things within your life that you're showing? But with a party, whether it could be in person, just because I say a home party, I should probably rephrase and say in-person party. So we have different types of parties that you can do, just like you guys have been listing here. You've been very active within the chat. Thank you so much. I love you for it. And that you don't have to have it in their home. It doesn't even have to be in your home. If you don't want to clean and have people over, I respect that. That's totally fine. I will not show you what is going on behind this other side of the camera here. It is Hot Mess Express, I'll tell you what. But when you are in person, you are meeting new people that you would not have met otherwise. They are introducing you to their people. And that in itself is kind of a cool relationship and an endorsement that you're their Scentsy person, and they are totally fine with you knowing some of their friends and family. And that to me is a lot of confidence in what I have to offer by product, as well as like the service that I can provide for them, right? So you're looking at it that way. And that's really what host rewards were intended for. Now, I know when we are doing the collecting, I get it. If I want to set myself up as a host because maybe I have a lot of events or I'm doing fundraising and I need to have some, some gift baskets, or I want to put some examples to do for realtor gifts or holiday markets or grab and go, whatever, I need to have these, or I want to do a lot of scent circles for thank you mail. Totally get it. I understand. And the host rewards were designed for the reward of your host, getting the people there. It is a thank you from Scentsy for introducing more people to you and for backing you up and putting their faith in your abilities as a consultant, and also their faith in our products, that they love them and we want to reward them with it. Thank you for introducing new people to our business. Thank you for introducing new people to our products that we love so very much. You're a wonderful host, and we want to reward you with that. And we had so much fun partying. You brought so many people to your party. We're going to give you a perpetual party reward too. We're going to give you an extra half price item because you were so awesome by letting us come into your home or into this restaurant, into a coffee shop, into your break room. You get where I'm going with this, right? That's what the host rewards were intended to do. You are meeting potential new customers. The only way that your business is going to expand is if you meet new people. You will get customers, hosts, team members, and clubbers only if you meet new people. Otherwise, it's just stagnant. There is nowhere to go. There has to be new lifeblood poured in. So if you think of this bucket, and it's filled with water, and you have two holes at the bottom of it. Okay. If you have a team, you know that there are leaking buckets. So there's customer attrition and there's team member attrition. Okay. So there could be a time where your customers aren't ordering every month like they used to. You might have team members who are not active every month, if they ever were. Right. And so you have this leaking bucket. The only way to keep that water level right where you want it to be is to constantly be adding more people into it with new customers and following up. Okay, so you're getting people to you and they're doing repeat purchases because you're just so great with your customer service and your follow-up skills. Yes. Okay. You're also having a better opportunity in this in-person environment to talk about it, and they're connecting more with you. This is going to be very different if I just typed out my presentation to you and emailed it or texted it, or if you just heard me on the phone. But the fact that I can see your faces right now, you can see mine, we are having a connection. You are picking up on my body language, and you'll be able to talk more about what this opportunity has done for you and what it can do for them in terms of recruiting. That message is a lot different when they can see it in your face and hear it in your voice about what this has done for you. And what would it mean to your family to not have to stress out about groceries? What would it mean to your family to not have to worry about back to school costs and saying yes or no to a kid to do sports in fall? What would it mean to your family budget to not put Christmas on a credit card this year? Those are different types of conversations to have in person with a connection, because you're talking about money, you're talking about budget, and that's hard to do in a social media space sometimes. So it's just an environment that is a little more conducive to good connection. Okay. All right. So as you're thinking about, okay, well, I haven't done a home party in a very long time, Sarah. I don't even know where to start. So as you start to prospect for who might be that person, think about your high spenders. And we saw a couple of these in the chat, right? Who's consistently placing $100 orders with you? Who's consistently placing $200 orders with you, or even 75? Hey, if you know someone who likes Scentsy as much as you do, and they order just as much as you do for their wax stash for fall winter, you have a party. You're at free and half price items, my friend. You've just unlocked all the glory. Okay, so think about who would benefit the most from free or half price products. Do you have any friends who love to shop? Do they go to Target every Saturday just to get out of the house, and then somehow they come home like $100 lighter? I don't know how that happens. And like Costco is like the $300 store. I don't know how. I only went in for toilet paper, and I somehow came out with all of this stuff that I did not need. Okay. You're also looking for maybe a few social butterflies who are always on the go. Maybe you know some people who travel a lot for work. Who has done parties for you before? Who do you know who's on a budget? Probably a lot. Who's dealing with back to school costs? Who's dealing with, oh crap, I need to start thinking about holiday shopping pretty soon. Okay, so I want you to identify 5 people. Write it down. Piece of paper. Identify 5 people who come to mind when I gave you any of those options. And then before you even think about contacting them, because I know you're like, oh, I know if I write down 5 people, she's going to have me message them. I'm not doing this. Hold on. Give me some credit. Hold on just a second. Before I would ever ask you to do something like that, I want to make sure that you're comfortable, and I want to make sure that you feel confident, and that I would not ask you to say anything that felt weird and that didn't feel like you or your voice, which is exactly why I asked all of the friends in here in the chat to share what's been working. What's been working where people will say yes. And when you are sharing, you are ready to go. So I'm not going to just ask you to blindly look at this list of 5 people and say, okay, go ask them if they want to host a party. I'm not doing that. Don't worry. I'm not asking you to do that. Okay. Before you would ever contact anybody, you need to know when you're available. So if you're looking at your calendar and you're like, oh, actually, I'm open on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, or I'm open on Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, or whatever. And then as you start to think about what you want to say, and this is an acronym, it's called ASK, because we're going to get our ASK in gear. That K is very important here, my friends. Please do not forget that part. Don't get me in trouble. Sarah said a bad word. No. The A stands for your authentic voice. You know that when I'm talking to you, this is Sarah. This, what you see is what you get. The message is going to be very short and sweet. There's the S, short / sweet, and K is keep it personal. It has to be relevant to them. It has to matter. It has to be something personal. And another thing, I need you to get comfortable with hearing the word no, because 1 in 10 people will say yes. So the odds are stacked against you already. You're like, oh, somebody said no, I'm not doing this again. You are honestly, it just has to roll off like a duck with water. It just has to roll off. And I know it's hard. But for any of you who have children, when your kids say no, or when you say no, like, it gets easier. The more you hear it, the more it's easier to tolerate. And you're like, I'm all right with that. Or if someone, do you want to add on dessert? No, I'm good. Do you want a piece of gum? No, I'm good. Do you need a mint? No, well, you do, actually. Yeah, please take a mint. Please host a party. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Though. I love it. Crystal, if you feed them, they will come. Yes. Okay. You have a lot of budget customers. I love this. I have budget customers. I immediately thought of a few people. Okay, that's great. Hang on to that list for just a second. Now, remember, when you're getting those no's, we can't take it personally. And yeah, maybe you can take it seriously in the instance that maybe we need to change up the verbiage a little bit. And so, okay, well, if this isn't working, what can work? What will work? Which again is why I had you guys share in the beginning of what is working for those of you who are partying, regardless of the method and regardless of what you're calling them, these methods work. But also realizing that you will get some no's, and how do we combat that? So they may say that now's not a good time. Okay, great. So ask for permission to contact them in a week or next month or next catalog when it would be a better time to party. If they didn't respond, you can add them to a follow-up list, because let's be real, people are busy. If you honestly, you have this much space in a cell phone screen, how many text messages do you get a day? Probably more than, like, sometimes more than 10 people that's going to fill your screen. Other people do too. So if I don't see a message, or it scrolls through, or they sent me a Facebook message and I haven't logged on for a while, oh, I'm so sorry. Or maybe it went to the unread folder. I completely missed it. I'm so sorry. I'm a space cadet right now. I'm so busy. I love you. I love you to bits. And I'm so sorry I didn't respond. It's not personal at all. I promise. Something is always going on beneath the surface. And like we talked about earlier, it might be a matter of, like, they may not know any other thing about Scentsy Parties other than, I don't do direct sales. I don't know what a party is. I don't want people in my house. I don't want to do this. I don't want to try on leggings. I don't want to do the things, whatever. Okay. They may not have any experience and have zero context about what a Scentsy party, remember what we're talking about is whatever you're calling it, they may not know what it is. Or they may have an idea that it's like their mom or their grandma's idea of a Tupperware party or something. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of people sitting around and doing all the things. It can be. And the cool thing with Scentsy is that it's just different. We're not selling Tupperware here, right? Like, we're smelling the things, we're sharing memories, we're connecting with our favorite fragrances, we're telling stories about lilacs and violets and how it reminds me of my grandma in the backyard in the summer or the springtime. There's storytelling involved. I mean, you might have some stories about, like, what got left in a Tupperware container overnight for like a couple of weeks. I don't know. But telling stories, sharing memories, it's a different type of a party experience. Okay. So you've picked your party. You like the party type that you want to do. We want to pick our people. We want to pick our products. So that's the next thing we're going to dive into here. I'm checking my time. I'm doing all right. Okay. So in terms of picking your party, so you picked your people, you have your 5 people. Now you're picking a party style. So you can have on the go. So I want to give you some attributes, maybe qualifiers for what a party might be better suited for certain people. And that's not to diminish one over the other. It's just to say, hey, keep your eyes and ears open for what people are telling you and showing you. Okay, so an on-the-go party type is probably suited most for people who want to share catalog or products in different networking circles. So you're thinking coworkers, sports parents, church friends, you're sitting in the bleachers, you're attending practice, you're going to this, that, or the other activity. We're always on the go, or have a break room. I need time flexibility. I would love to host a party for you, but I need time to be flexible, and I need this to be on the go because I am too, all the time. So your hosts, if they're doing an on-the-go party, these are the people. When they're telling you no, or they're telling you this, that, and the other thing, they may be on the go. Great. I actually offer an on-the-go party option. Would you be interested in that? Tell me more. Well, we could do a basket party. I can give you some product samples. I also have a catalog party. If you just want to do paper products, I can give you some of these. You can take them to work. Oh, well, that's easy. I still get free and half price stuff. You better believe it. Okay. Next, we're talking in-person parties. So this one is suitable probably for more social butterfly-esque people, or maybe they have more of a desire to take a little bit more time to see and smell the different products. They really want to look at it and touch it and smell it and all the things. They want to see stuff on display, or they want to be with their people, maybe a little more extroverted here. In-person parties can be done at a host's home. It can be done at your home. It can be done in restaurants, in an office space, a break room, a meeting room, rentable venues, a church basement, anywhere, at a park, bowling alley, pool hall. Okay, virtual parties. This one, I know for all of you, if you joined after 2020 and you were doing a lot of order taking, this virtual party, if you were doing Facebook parties, if you're doing the Canva scroll and shop, any of those image based parties, these consultants and these hosts need time flexibility, probably even more so than the on-the-go people. They're maybe a little more introverted. Where are my introverts? Okay, we like virtual parties. We just want to shop and be done. Okay, those might be your customers. Those might be your partiers. There's also an increased reach with this. So when you were talking about not being able to do in-person parties for where you are, but you have friends in Oregon or California or Oklahoma, wherever you are, more people can attend online. Or maybe they have friends and family, or maybe it's a sorority sister party and they're connecting with people they haven't talked to for like, I don't know, a couple years since they last got together. That could be something. You're connecting people all over. So you can do these as Facebook events or groups. You can do texting parties, Zoom meetings, shopping links, all the things, anything virtual where people don't necessarily have to be in the same room or break room or carry a bag or touch it or any of the things. There are also non-traditional parties as an option. And we talked about this a little bit with the fundraising. So this is suitable for people who enjoy the rewards with low commitment. Even though like we know we have these great rewards and they want to take advantage of it, but they don't really want to commit to a lot. That's okay. We have something for them too. We're looking for out of the box ideas to party. They could be interested in fundraising. Another one here is what we call a multiple host event. So especially this one's really timely as we head into the fall winter season, where we are inviting multiple hosts and their guests to one party. So you could do that. You can also have like a kind of a different take on the perpetual dinner idea where you are setting up maybe like this is an open house type of an option where you have a multiple hosts. And so say that host and all of their people are going to show up at your house at 11 o'clock. Then you have another group coming in at 1. You have another group at 3. You have another group at 5. You've now knocked out how many parties in one day that took one day out of your calendar, and you met at least 40 to 50 people. And of those bulk of 10, 7 are going to shop, 2 are going to book, and 1's going to join. Okay, so if you multiply that by the 5 parties you just had, holy Moses, that's a lot of new people that you just met. That's a lot of new customers that you now have. Those are a lot of new parties that you might get to book. And you're probably going to get some new team members because you're like, holy crap, it's this easy. I want to do this. Okay, so those are more of like a non-traditional type. And with the multiple host event, I saw someone do this over the weekend where they had this space in their garage where like a long row of tables, each table was like their host and their friends, and they did flowers or they did pumpkin carving or they did succulent planting or any of those types of things. But you're just providing a venue. It's low commitment on their part. They're just bringing their friends and showing up. And maybe it's a BYOB. I don't know. That might be kind of fun. So there are different ways to party where we can think outside the box. And it's not just we don't just have to show up in a living room and be with strangers we don't know or anything like that. We can totally change the way that we party and the perspective that we have around those. So I started asking some different leaders about who are partying. We pulled the numbers and said, okay, what's working? What are you doing? We want to share this because, you know, that whole influencer type of a thing, we want to have that buy off, right? So can I do it? Will it be worth it? Yes, you can. You do have the ability. You have to decide if you're motivated to do it. And hopefully that motivation comes by hearing from consultants who are being very, very successful with it. So Jessica Kiss had an idea of scheduling a drop-off and pickup date with the host. So if you are doing a drop-off or a bag party for those on-the-go folks, do not keep it open more than 7 days. Humans need deadlines, she said. We respond better when we have a deadline. If your host, and this is for any type of a party, make sure that it's over a payday week. So this is where host coaching comes into play when you're talking about them. When is payday for your coworkers? Let's do it over that payday. Okay. And it could be, she said, I do this by saying something like, most of my hosts prefer to borrow the bag when it's a payday week. Do you want to do it this week or would next week be better? That's easy to ask. And honestly, everybody wins in that instance because they don't feel like, oh man, things are tight. I can't do this right now. And also offer different price points and different things that they could get. And then she was talking about asking if the coworkers are having fun with the testers, saying, hey, what's going on with your bag, or what's your total? How are we doing? That kind of a thing. She said, if you skip this part, if you skip interacting with your host, remember, they're trying to earn the rewards. This is a thank you for them. You'll probably end up with a dud. So just check in with them, she said, every other day and ask them what their wish list is. What would they like to have? What are they going to use their free and half price stuff on? And get excited with them. Okay. Let's see, we talked about the open house idea with this. You could do that scheduled time block that we talked about too. You can also do a VIP open house. This is really nice with the holiday season too, with the new catalog, harvest, holiday stuff is coming. So lots of fun ways to just have people over. Just come check it out. It's super low pressure. You just come in. I'll have some snacks. Just drop in, bring a friend, come over after work. Like invite a couple friends from work, just come over, grab your wine, grab whatever, just come on over for happy hour or whatever, and then go home and do your thing. Go about your night. You don't have to linger. You don't have to stay here. Just come check it out, come smell the smells, get your Scentsy fix and go home. You don't have to linger. Okay. Also like different kind of playing around with different things. A lot of people like the themes, like a fall fragrance festival, countdown to Christmas, a harvestival. Haha, I took some liberties with that one. Pumpkin lovers, apple pickers, football and shopping. This could be a couple's game day type of a thing because all the dudes are watching football and the girls are you maybe having some beverages and snacks and we're shopping. I mean, that could be a fun little couples type of a thing the next time there's a football game on. We talked already, you guys shared sip and sniff, holiday sip and shop, all of those fun little things like a luau, girls night out, witches night out, ghouls and boils, all the things as we get closer to holidays. Okay. All right. So you picked your people, you picked your party. Now let's pick the products that you're sharing. Are you featuring the scent warmer of the month? Are you talking limited time offers? Are you going through catalog stuff? And are you breaking those out? You could just have a whiff box party. You could just have a fragrance flower party. You could just do wax. You could just do laundry. You could just do clean. Especially for those, I would maybe put this in my back pocket for college and high school or first apartment or any of those things where get folks together. Like maybe, if like a group of parents that have like seniors leaving, like I would probably talk to my booster moms about this and band where there's a large group of people where we know the kids are going off to college, a laundry party, cleaning products, right? So let's send these kids off with laundry stuff, cleaning stuff, and, maybe like some fan diffuser so they don't have to worry about accidents in the dorm room. But that might be something to put in your back pocket for later. Let's see. I'm going through. I want to be really mindful of your time here too. Heather Gorsuch also had an idea about fragrance for the theme. So as you're looking for themes with product names, whether it's like a warmer or even a fragrance, like a bakery bundle, and pair that and do a cookie exchange. So thinking ahead of like what your party theme is and the different products to feature at that. So if you're doing a Christmas cookie exchange or something like that, maybe just set up a bakery bundle. And so those are the things that you are featuring. If you were doing like a succulent or a plant party or something, maybe have your floral fragrances offered as a 6-pack. And if you wanted to do wax or do the pick 2 with the scent circles or anything like that. Maybe for a summer luau, you're doing coconut inspired or drink inspired type of 6-packs. Galentine's Day, you might want to mix red and pink. So things like that, where you're starting to get a little creative with what you're offering at these different parties. I'm scrolling through. We have lots of options here. Okay, guys, we've reached the moment, the pinnacle. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay, I don't want you to be scared now because I'm going to help you out. But you have your people, you have your party type, you have your products that you want to talk about. We've been sharing some comments here about what works and what doesn't. We're focusing on what works here. If you are a frequent listener of the Tuesday webinar, this will come as no surprise to you because we talk about it a lot. The if I, will you party prompt. Okay, where we're saying, if I do this, will you do that? Nowhere are we saying the word party. And Jacqueline mentioned one of these earlier, and so I told you, grab it because this is good. So you're going to offer a break room basket, a borrow bag, a try me tote, or a traveling tester tote if you want to do an on-the-go party. Okay. And we're going to talk about shopping links. We're going to talk about in-person parties. We're going to all the options. You guys, sky's the limit. You picked your party. So let your customers sample Scentsy goodness at work, on the go, in person, wherever they are. We're going to share it with coworkers. We're going to try online scent events. We're going to mail a party pack of testers and fragrance stickers. We're going to do borrow bags for people to try at home. Whatever you want to call a party, if you are collecting orders, you're getting people in the home that are in person, that would be ideal. But here's the if I, will you approach. Are you ready? If I drop off a break room basket or a borrow bag, will you share it with your coworkers? I didn't say party. If I do this, will you do that? Like Jacqueline said earlier, if I bring Scentsy and wine, will you gather the girls together and come hang out? Yep, sure will. Okay. If I set up a shopping link with half price and free Scentsy products for you to enjoy, will you text the link to a few friends? If I bring snacks and mocktails or snack-a-pons and wine, whatever verbiage is yours, will you invite some friends over and we'll watch the game on Sunday? If I have a borrow bag with new products and include a shopping link for you, if I drop off the bag in the next day or two, will you share your experience on your social media stories? This has been really popular with the tester that I've seen go through with the new Scentsy Go, or the, the on-the-go battery operated one, where you're asking for product testers. You're asking for people to share what they think. So that in itself is essentially a party because they're doing the connectors and they're finding people who love the products. And I would bet you, hopefully, cash money at the end, they would go back to those people and say, hey, you shared this with all these people. You got free and half price stuff out of it. Have you ever considered doing what I do? So different ways to connect the dots once you've had the parties. Okay, now I don't want to scare you, but here's where the rubber meets the road. That list that you made earlier of those 5 people, I want you to send them an if I, will you message right now. And when you do it, I want you to go to the chat and I want you to say sent. And if someone replies in the next few minutes while we're still on this call, I want you to say confirmed. Okay, so we have a few minutes. All right, Tiffany, nice, on the ball. Okay, so we're just gonna chitty chat here, and if you are thinking of some other if I will use, pop them in the chat, you guys. Like I said, let's learn together, figure out what's working, and share that with each other. Sent, yes. If I will you. Yes. And which ones are you sending? Which ones do you like the most? Which ones do you think your people will respond to? I love it, the scent. Woohoo, nice job, Matt. Love it, Tiffany. If I got a bag of testers together, will you share it at work? Easy peasy. That's all. That's all you gotta say. Sometimes it just takes having a low pressure message to take that fear factor out of it. And we just get out of our heads and just boop, send it. Send it before you can think about it. Otherwise, we get in our heads too much. Gonna make me. I love it. Okay, we're gonna hang out for a few more minutes. Keep sending. And we'll see if there are any quick responders out there. And guys, don't give up. Don't give up on like your faith. Don't give up on hope. Like if it's not responding, if they're not responding within 2 to 3 minutes, it might be dinner time. It might be bath time. It might be bedtime. They might be like super involved in a Netflix episode and not hear their phone. Maybe they need to check their calendar. Maybe they need to think about it for a little bit, and it's okay to process. And then we'll come back to it tomorrow. Sent. Yes. Booked a sip and sniff, and I'm bringing the wine. I love it. I love it. We are a scent-free staff. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, so as an option, it doesn't have to be in the workplace. If it is a scent-free staff, if it's maybe a doctor's office or maybe it's a school or something like that, and they can't have that, do they have other friends? And this might be like maybe at a coffee shop with a couple friends or come to my house or whatever. You might get some pushback. You might get some excuses. How do we bust those excuses? I have 3 open dates in September for a paint and sip. Who wants to snag one? Ooh, I do. That sounds fun. That's fun. And if you get a response for a scent free staff, okay, thanks. Just wanted to check in. I have a really great, host special this month I wanted to share with you. Like it's okay. No worries. No one's bleeding. We're okay. All right. I love it. All the scents. Just sent 5 out, 1 maybe, hoping for a few messes and a few yeses, but I'm gonna send more. Yeah, and guys, again, we may not hear a response in the next 7 minutes, and that is okay. I just really want to congratulate you and just applaud the fact that you are doing this. You are doing the dang thing, and a lot of people aren't. They're not, whatever. And maybe just maybe when you first got on this call, you're like, oh, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's she gonna have me do. And when she had me write down 5 names, ooh, I kind of had a feeling. What she was gonna have me do. But you did it. Look at you. And you're still breathing. Look at you. You did it. Come on. High five. Guys! Oh, woo! All of my peeps are early birds. Yeah, they might be in bed too. You never know. So you might hear back from them in the morning, and that's totally cool. The biggest thing here is that maybe you got some fresh ideas. Maybe you got some new verbiage, and maybe you got over that fear factor ever so slightly. And that you're like, I'm still breathing. I'm good. I can do this. And the more you do something, the more you practice, it's going to get easier. It's going to get easier if you hear a no, and it's going to get really cool when you hear a yes. And the more that you do it, you're going to just have this be part of your routine. You're not going to ever go a day. Every time someone places an order with you, hey, do you want me to set up a shopping link and then share this with a couple friends if they order stuff? Right? You've already said that you're an order collector. So let's turn every order. When you are collecting orders from people, if they're spending 75 bucks, if they're spending $100, hey, you're really close to a party level, or you're really close to unlocking some really cool rewards. I can get you a link if you want to share this, or we can meet up, or I can get you a borrow bag or whatever the verbiage is that you want to use. You want some free and half price stuff because you're really close to a party. 2 confirmed. Yes. Sent 1. It's 10 p.m. here. Yes. I'll be messaging and texting my list. And that's something to be aware of too and be mindful of, depending on your time zone, depending on when your friends and customers are awake. let's see, when they're going to be most engaging with you. All right, my dears. We have 5 minutes till the top of the hour. Continue with your list. Amanda just got one for October. Awesome. For a spooky girls' night out. Got one, Cindy. Woohoo! Nice. All around. I love it. This mama is often solo with the kids. I know you want more pods. If I bring the Scentsy plushies I have in my kiddos, will you gather a few other mom-kid combos for a play date? Oh, yes. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's genius. Oh, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. I asked a lady for a witch's night out, sip and sniff. She loves Halloween. Yes. Okay, guys, this was awesome. Thank you so very much for participating. We have a few minutes left, so I'll turn the time back over to Jacqueline and Amy. But thank you guys for being willing to do this. This is awesome. And now that you've done it, you're still breathing. You can do it again.
Sarah, you are amazing. So, I mean, I've been around Scentsy for a long time, but just the notes, I feel like we can never quit learning. And sometimes we hear the same stuff that we need to hear. But tonight I heard a bunch of stuff that I hadn't heard before, like the Witches Night Out, that spoke to me because that just got my brain reeling. I've got a girl who she always wants to be the first one that gets the harvest collection. And she will send me, I will have to post pictures of her house. It is incredible. And so I'd never thought to ask her for like a themed Halloween party. So you got my mind just reeling with other people that I need to ask for just like specific themed fun parties. So I've got another girl, they always do like an adult Halloween thing. Something I could do, like if they wear a costume, then they get a free scent circle or they get a free gift when they show up or something. So it'll be fun. So thank you, Sarah, for getting on tonight. And oh my gosh, back-to-back trainings, you're probably exhausted.
That's fine. I love it. It's good.
But we appreciate you seriously so much taking the time out of your night. I mean, you already work all day with Scentsy, and then we make you get on with us.
Nah,
But
come on. I get to. There's a difference. I get to.
Well, we appreciate you so much. Thank you everyone for getting on tonight. Keep the ball rolling, keep messaging people. I kind of get in a zone when I start doing these things. And so if you're in the zone, keep messaging them. A lot of people will probably ignore you or they might not respond to you till tomorrow or the next day. Don't get your feelers all hurt. It'll be fine. If you need a virtual hug, I will give you one. But again, thank you so much for getting on tonight and making this a priority. Next week we will be on. I'm going to show you guys how to do a mock party. So I will do a mock home party for you guys. I will show you. I'm actually doing it too to practice before my home party because I haven't done one in a few months. So you guys will get to see exactly what I do. I'll have a little setup for you. It'll be fun. Maybe I'll even give away a prize like I do at home parties. So make sure you're on next week. It'll be about 45-minute training. But we appreciate you guys. We love you. I will upload this to YouTube and I'll post it on our Mindset Monday Facebook page where we upload all of our recordings too. So thank you. Amy, do you have anything to add?
Nope. Just thanks for being on, guys. And thank you, Sarah.
Awesome. My pleasure. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. You guys have a blessed rest of your week and we will chat with you guys later. See you next Monday.
Hey guys. Bye.
Bye everyone.